all back, friends. Diving into the Dindoro Mountains and these weird bell guys. I wonder if I can sneak and get the chest before fighting them.
Yeah, that's not hard. Getting past them, however, is going to be...
Oh, there's no way. I'm just going to walk right into them. Forget it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Might as well.
Sorry.
I remember these guys. There's definitely a tougher version of them later on.
Yes,
I
there
actually
is.
remember how tough these guys are.
Well, they're tougher depending on how you face them, I should say.
Not
yeah,
tough.
these guys are easy. These guys
not
are
tough
like,
at all.
Yeah, these guys are like nothing. But you're all right. There is a tougher version depending on what you do.
I definitely remember that from my other playthroughs of the game, of there being a particularly annoying version of these guys. I don't know if they do like a counter or if they just have like a... I think like pick you up and throw you or something.
Oh, you'll see. If you don't remember them, they'll come up.
Oh, I'll remember the instant I see them.
Oh yeah, and you'll be seeing them very shortly. So have no fear of that.
How shortly we're talking? Because I was thinking like Zeal. Queen Zeal's place.
Oh, you're talking... Wow, okay, yeah. Those guys are, like, super hard and all the rest of it.
I was thinking
That's
way
like
ahead.
in-game content you're talking about right now. But you'll see a tougher version of them sooner than that.
Ah! Wow. Pillar of courage, that one. You can see why they call him the hero.
He's the hero? Do we know that yet? Oh. I mean, that's what we suspect.
I mean, that everyone keeps talking about him.
Yeah, that's what we suspect and everything, but yeah, it's...
Well, it's implied.
Yeah. This is a terrible place. You better run away while you can. There we go.
That is the guy with the hammer, yeah.
Yep. You remember how to take care of him easily, right? Besides just bashing him to death?
Magic, you hit him with fire and his hammer burns.
There you go.
I like how they're still playing that music.
Oh, absolutely. This guy, one of these guys is a joke, especially with magic on our side. Like, no.
Yep, there it goes.
Bye-bye, hammer. And now you are a cakewalk. You
kindly be on your way.
Get out of our way.
Wasn't particularly unnerved by that the first time I ran into it.
Nope.
No.
Well, you can, but why?
Can what?
You can continue this way? Well, actually, yeah, I guess...
I wanted to get the chest.
Yeah, get the chest, but then go after that little brat.
Is he going to give me something?
Yes, he's going to give you the ability to continue with the plot.
Ah, where'd he go?
Yeah, that's why you don't leave. He left the area.
Son of a bitch.
The hero has left the building.
Fuck you, I'll leave it. Now they're going to ring the bell on me. Where'd he go?
Yep. That was them announcing your departure.
Yeah.
He went to... Remember that his home is down south. There you go.
Yeah, we go. There. Tata's place.
Yep. Either Tata's place or the cafe. I can't remember which. I think it's Tata's house, yeah.
He's going to get in trouble with his dad. But not yet, apparently, because he's not in here.
Yep.
Well, I didn't actually check upstairs in his room. Have a quick look.
Seriously.
Nope, just the old man.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, continue then.
Cafe,
yep.
Nope.
He's not here? Really? Oh, wow. In that case, I'm misremembering how things are working. Yeah, he's not here then. If he wasn't in those two places, then he's not here. So I was mistaken.
You've made me run out for nothing then, Benjamin.
Leave me alone. I didn't realize he wouldn't appear until later. Jeez.
Hey, I'm not admonishing, just saying.
Okay.
We're looking to you here as our guide, Ben. You can't make mistakes like that.
Oh, yeah. Put all the pressure on me. Yes, absolutely.
Sure, why not? Yeah, they weren't having it.
Yeah, you can avoid them.
No, I know.
They just ring the bells and then they go after you, obviously.
Well, I don't think the fight starts if I run into the birds. I have to run into the...
Yeah, you have to run into the goblins in order for the fight to actually take place. Wow, a whopping 4 damage. Whatever shall we do? Yeah, these guys are just nothing but a joke.
I'm unconcerned.
Yep.
Oh, what's he doing?
Haha, Marl's confused.
That's what. Okay, yeah. My least favorite status effect.
Besides poison and sleep and all the rest of them.
Poison and sleep don't bother me so much. Poison is minor annoyance. Sleep, you just hit. Typically in these games, you can just hit someone and they'll wake up from sleep.
Yeah.
I think the worst one is definitely any equivalent to zombie or frog.
Oh yeah, like being turned into something that can do basically nothing and takes massive amounts of damage from everything. Just absolutely
pretty debilitating.
Sucks.
Well, it's worse in some Final Fantasies over others. Like in 6, it can happen to you and be a minor. This guy's okay. Guess he's not having it. Oh, never mind.
There you go.
The freaking ninja guy.
Hey, the ninja guy woke him up for you. Good for him.
How kind.
Yeah. Actually, if you don't mess with him at all, then he won't be woken up, and he'll just walk past and not have to fight anything.
More likely than not, that's what happened the first time I did this. But I definitely remember those ninja guys being a thing.
Yep, the Tengu, you mean? Because that's what they are.
I guess he's just got like a beak instead of like a long nose. Like I kind of had the idea.
Tengu are essentially supposed to. Yeah, this is paraphrasing a lot, and I don't pretend to be a expert on Japanese mythology. And mythology, but yeah, Tengu are essentially supposed to be mythical assassins, bird people, obviously, but
yeah, but they don't usually have beaks. They have long noses.
Also, Ronin/ninja. So
they don't usually have beaks. They have long noses.
It depends on the interpretation. Some of them are depicted as people with long noses. Some of them are depicted as ravens, effectively. So healing up like you should have done before we came in.
I don't mind doing it here. I can do it whenever, wherever. Besides, especially because I can do this. So, haha.
There goes the MP. Bye, Marl's MP. We missed you.
Which is why I use an ether to cure it. It's no big deal. I don't care.
Okay.
I've blown through this game more than one time. I know how it works, Benjamin.
Of course. Yes. Whatever was I thinking?
Yeah, whatever were you thinking? That's a good question.
I don't know. I obviously wasn't thinking. You are the master of this game. You have wowed us with your prowess in this game.
You're damn straight.
100 times before, I'm sure.
100? Oh, thousands.
Oh, thousands. So you are the god of Chrono Trigger. You know everything
about this game. Bow down and all that.
Absolutely, which is why you can then explain to us how the next enemy actually works.
Which one? Masamune?
The next encounter. No, the very next encounter. You're the god of Chrono Trigger. How does this work?
It works however I say it works, because I'm the god of Chrono Trigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. There you go. You're just making sure you know how this is.
Uh-huh.
I'm starting.
And you're deliberately running into the enemies. That's what this is. You're not.
Well, I need the XP, don't I?
Sure. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, in all seriousness, you do need the XP for the next guy.
I'm more than well aware.
I think everyone who plays this game is more than well aware.
And we'll touch on
the difficulty spike that's going to hit at the end of this particular area. Oh boy.
Woo. I think my first playthrough was the first time I went down, was on the boss.
That was actually when I went down as well on my first playthrough, because I had blown through everything I had. You can just walk around him, yeah?
Yeah, I know, that's what I was doing.
You can also toss him around, actually, I think. Oh, nope, it's not this one. Never mind.
I didn't want to toss him around, I just wanted the experience, which is why I touched him.
Oh, that's fine. But,
I was not kidding about needing it.
Yeah, it's true. You have been going rather fast. But no,
not so fast that I haven't been able to match everything that's been thrown at me.
Yeah, but literally my first time with Masamune was the first time ever with a multi-stage boss. And it was the first time I had ever been truly challenged by even the first stage of any boss. So I had lost everything. Everything. I put through everything into that first fight with Masamune, and and almost died. But I managed to keep everyone up. I'm proud of that. Managed to keep everyone up and managed to defeat them. And I was celebrating. I was like, yes! Yay! I finally won. And then they're like, by our powers combined. I'm like, what? What? No!
Certainly.
I got read on the second. I got read on the second one, which was appropriate enough because that music. My God, that music.
Don't spoil it for those who haven't seen it yet.
Shut the hell up.
Another gold helmet.
If our audience isn't aware that they're going to get spoilers in this review by now, then they don't. I don't know what even to say to them at this point.
Whoa. Something was blue.
Barrett.
Ah, well then. I didn't think a beret would be better than an iron helmet, but okay. I guess they make the rules, I suppose.
Yes. I mean, it's obviously lined with steel.
Yes, those the iron steel lined berets that they make.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. They're worn by Marines, you know. The green berets.
The green berets. Oh yeah,
yes.
of course. How could I forget?
Absolutely. They're tougher than steel, so absolutely. But
surely not using sarcasm in reference to the American Army.
What? Who was using sarcasm? No.
No.
That was that part about them being tougher than steel was absolutely not.
No, I meant the berets.
Yeah.
Not the beret being lined with steel because it's not.
Well, yes. Like, where were you going with that?
Can
I think
if he's on the cliff, I can still attack him with a physical attack. Yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely. This is a 2.5D game, so you know Zelda rules kind of apply. Where it's like, yeah, they're above you, but only when it's convenient. Otherwise, no.
Oh, there are certain cases, usually in boss fights, where you can't get at an enemy. For one reason or another.
It depends. Again, this game is very flexible about terrain features in certain circumstances. Sometimes, you know, you can't approach an enemy who's up above a tower. Other times, as you saw, Chrono can just leap up there and slash him to death.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's actually kind of thematic and kind of interesting and fun, so...
Anytime they want to throw that save thing at me.
Now, that is one thing that I think might be rather interesting. I can't recall if there were other instances before this area of Chrono being able to leap up onto a large rock formation or some other inaccessible point to attack an enemy beforehand. I mean, yes, he was attacked and yes, he will leap and do his critical attacks and whatnot, but was there a point where he was shown on screen to leap up onto a rock base beforehand? Do you remember? Because if not, that would be a rather interesting tactic for showcasing power and ability in a non-intuitive way, I would think. And by non-intuitive, that's the wrong word for it. I know, more along the lines of just in a more natural fashion than just using stats and damage numbers. Where, you know, before he was just leaping at an enemy, now he's leaping up onto the top of a rock face to get at an enemy. That's much more impressive.
Are you familiar with the golden rule of game design, right, Ben?
Yeah?
The rule, it's the same as the golden rule of film, is show, don't tell. If you can show people something without having to use text or speech to get the idea across, then that's what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely, that golden rule. I'm sorry, like, I didn't know which golden rule you were talking about because there are so many these days. So, no, that absolutely is the thing, and actually I would say that there's a second golden rule for gaming is, in addition to show, don't tell, it's also play, don't show. And that is actually... We mentioned in an earlier episode that I love Xenogears, and that will not appear on this particular show, but we will probably cover it some other time in a sort of guilty pleasures sort of thing, because honestly, I love it to death. I love it so much.
So you've said.
But I can't, in good conscience, call it the greatest game ever. It is a flawed masterpiece. And by that I mean it's a 2-disc game, and disc 1 is a masterpiece, and disc 2 is flawed. Severely.
Well, the concept of getting ideas across, getting subject matter across using mechanics is the same as show, don't tell. You're using non-written or vocal methods to show people something about the game or the game world.
I would say that's actually something unique to gaming and goes further.
Well, of course it's unique to gaming. Gaming is the only medium with mechanics.
Yes, but I would say that goes further than that rule. Obviously, when you use interactivity to tell a story, you are showing rather than telling most of the time. Excuse me. There must be a certain amount of telling no matter what, but if possible... But more than likely, if you're using interactivity, you're showing what's going on, just so that the player's interactivity is not disrupted in any way.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the same thing.
But I would still argue that it goes beyond that, because now you're engaging the player in a way that goes beyond them just passively sitting and watching something. So I would say that although you could say that the golden rule from film applies here, I would say that gaming's golden rule actually would be play, don't show.
Everything.
Or play, don't just show, I should say. If you can show rather than tell, do that. But if you can play rather than both of those things, absolutely do that. If you can involve the player in some way in that particular scenario, as opposed to cutscenes or just passively watching and ingesting content, whatever form it is, do that. This is interactive media. This is a game. This is not film. This is not a book. This is a game. Let's play, damn it.
I see what you mean, and depending on the type of game, that is definitely the way to go.
Yep. And I see what you're about to get at as well. There are certain games that blur the line between movie and game, sort of straddle that.
Well, they just keep really, coming, don't they?
Yeah, first battle gauntlet that you found, yay.
The second one, actually. The first one was in the future.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies. You're right.
I mean, these guys are cakewalk, but still.
No, well, they are for you right now, obviously. You've been doing enough, you've done enough leveling and such that they're not that much of a problem. So
I'm risking becoming overconfident running into Masamune, but we'll see what happens when we get there.
Oh boy, no, you know you're not going to be overconfident with Masamune. If you don't take out a shelter at the save point that's over there and use it, then I will.
What world, in what universe do I not use a shelter before fighting Masamune?
When you're 8 years old and don't know that Masamune is coming up next. Yeah.
Yeah, that's in a world where I'm not that person. I don't know. I know very well what's coming up.
Well, you're in this world, and I was 8 years old, and I didn't know Masamune was coming up or that he was going to be a thing, and I had about 3/4 health and thought that I was some tough shit. So, absolutely.
Did you know there would be a boss?
Yeah. Again, though, consider the bosses that have come up thus far. They've been difficult, but they haven't been Masamune. They were not.
I mean, fair enough.
They were difficult, but they were not insurmountable so long as you fought all the enemies coming up before them. And I did. I actually fought every single encounter that I could coming up to that point. I didn't do any grinding beforehand or anything like that, but yeah. But no, then I went and fought. So I was feeling somewhat confident. So I realized where I was. And yeah, then Masamune showed up and I was like, yeah, this is a tough battle. This is a tough battle. Oh god, I'm almost gonna die. I made it! Yay! He has a second form? What is even? Oh god. So yeah.
Well, I can identify with that. We all had those points in our youth where we were playing through games, not knowing what's coming up, and so especially if you're me, being as impatient as I am. So for example, like my first big RPG, not counting Pokemon, was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
So as I'm flying through that game, not understanding the need for grinding and such, I'm running into bosses and not so much getting destroyed by, oh my god, what just happened?
That was you being a rube and falling back down to a different section and having to go through all that battle thing again.
I didn't even know that could happen.
Yes, it can. Absolutely, it can. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, good. The battle's over. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I was hoping they wouldn't make me do that.
There are treasures down there below the waterfall. That's what that's all about. If you fall down at certain points, then you can actually get some pretty nice items.
Okay, so it looks like that last, the gauntlet is scripted, so they don't make you do that again.
Fortunately. I think if you leave the entire
if you leave the entire area, there's a decent chance they'll do it again. But yeah. I don't know.
But going back to what we were saying before, yes, there are actually games out there that are more interactive, that are more movie than interactive even, where mostly the interactivity is more of a token thing.
Like Telltale games, essentially.
Well,
it all comes down to you make a decision, and then you watch a scene to see what happens.
Correct. And there are even games that go beyond that. I'm trying to think of it. I'll probably remember it after we're done here today, but there's a game about gods fighting effectively, and it was
God of War.
No. That is not an interactive movie, sir. That is, in fact, a really, really, really good game. So, but no. In fact, it is... No, it was more recent than God of War, too. I can't remember it. Whatever. It was actually designed as more of an interactive movie or something. You can actually talk to that monster.
He doesn't seem interested in fighting.
Yeah, you can actually talk to him. Shut up! Get lost!
Okay. Oh, now he wants to fight.
Yep.
Now, more like, you remember how I said that my first Final Fantasy was 10?
Yep.
One thing that you're able to do from the get-go in that game is flee. Now, being as impatient as I am and wanting to know what would happen next in the story, when I would run into enemies, instead of fighting every single one, as you should do in a Final Fantasy game, assuming that the encounter rate's not too high, I would flee.
In any RPG, really.
In any RPG, it depends. I would flee so I could hurry and get on with the story. So every time I got to a boss...
Spin cut, napalm, and dual tech fire sword. Woot! Ice sword. Awesome.
Every time I would get to a boss, I was borderline fucked. Because I did not have the necessary experience. Until it got finally to the point where...
Talk to him. Talk to him lots.
Mountains are nice. This is the life. Mountains are nice. Anyway.
Keep talking to him. Fool! Do it again!
Son of a bitch. But I would finally get to...
This is the life. Mountains are nice. Man, you're nosy. Here, take this.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Persistence pays off.
Alright, fair enough. But
also typo is typo. Anyway.
But I got to the point where I got to a boss, I forget what it's called. There's a boss that's like a Magitech tank in Final Fantasy X. And not being leveled enough to beat it, it would use these two attacks. It was Mana Cannon and just Gatling Gun. And that would rinse your entire team, especially if you didn't have
it's at the bottom.
The necessary defense to survive it. I didn't realize how far back I was. Saving that other power tap for Frog.
Okay.
And that was the case in my early RPG days, is I would always rush through games not grinding because I was not a patient person. I had the same problem with Pokemon. I did what every kid does when they play Pokemon for the first time, and that's only use the one Pokemon and have that Pokemon be so over-leveled that you could pretty much fly through everything until you get to the Elite Four and they just whittle you down to nothing until that Pokemon faints and you are fucked.
Yes.
And that's the end of that.
My lesson in that actually came from Lunar the Silver Star story for the Sega CD. I actually rented that back in the day. And
you had a Sega CD?
Yes. You've seen it!
I know you have one now. I didn't know you had one back then.
Oh, absolutely. I got it when it was new. That's my original one in there. It doesn't work anymore for some weird reason, but yeah, it absolutely is. Like, that absolutely is my original Sega CD.
Huh.
In fact, all the consoles here are my original consoles. I've never... Well, the PS2, I believe, is a new one. That's it, though. Yeah, the PS2 is a replacement for one that I got rid of and had to get rid of in college, unfortunately. But, yeah. But no, Lunar Silver Star Story was the first time that I ever encountered a grinding wall, effectively, where I didn't know...
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yep.
I'm gonna get him for throwing those rocks like a goddamn bitch.
Yep. You just took it like a bitch.
I can take whatever they deal out, I can give back tenfold.
Of course, yes.
With those crits, though, 402.
Yeah, seriously, crits in this game are ridiculous.
I'll take it.
And Chrono is the one who will, if you level him up fastest, will get all the critical hits. All of them.
Oh, I've noticed.
Yeah. He actually will max out his hit percent, his power very quickly if you give him all power tabs throughout. It will actually max out and double star. If you max out a stat, it becomes double star and you cannot increase it further, and that's pretty much maxed out for that character.
But I want to give it to Frog.
I understand. It's up to you.
Look, bitch.
Yep. There you go.
Come here, you fuck.
Yep.
But where'd they come from?
Oh, you thought he was going to face you by himself.
He's a bitch. He deserves it. He deserves what's coming to him. Matter of fact, he dies first. Yeah. Yeah. That's what this is.
Oh, okay.
He thought
wow,
dude. He thought shit was sweet. It's not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Things are getting real now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. Ooh, napalm.
Well, they do say revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh, I can get rid of both their hammers at the same time.
Yes, you can.
That was not cold served revenge, sir. That was fiery hot, heat of passion. I will kill your entire family revenge. Right
I meant the other guy, Mr. Wit Killer. Oh my goodness.
What other guy? I only see the man throwing rocks. There are no others.
That was the other one you...
No, the guy on the left was the guy throwing rocks.
Yes, the guy on the
Which
guy
is
on the
why
left
he died
who you
first.
killed.
I sure did, and I do it again.
Oh my god.
You deserve what he
What
got.
is even happening right now?
Vengeance!
Help!
Vengeance is happening!
Help! I'm scared!
Yeah, I would be.
God.
Stop! That's what happens. You fucked with the wrong people. Goodbye! Sweet experience in gold. I'll take it.
Absolutely, yes.
How much further?
Not very. In fact, I think it's in here.
Well, we'll dive in there and check that out next time on the greatest games ever made.
All right. Fingers crossed we make it through this time.
Jesus Christ.
God.